Hello and welcome to CKE 10,001's gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Weiss Schwarz deck profile for SAO 10th anniversary Alice deck. This deck I used and got to top 8. So we'll take a look at the level 0s first. We're running 4 copies of Mysterious Smile Administrator. It has 2 effects. One is to swap a card in your level, and another is to activate, put this card in your clock, and look at top 4 cards of your deck and choose up to 1 level or higher card from among them, reveal to your opponent and add it to hand. This deck helps you mill your deck and grab any level 1 or higher cards that you need. Helps you set up your waiting room. This card helps you grab your floating castle event, but you can also grab your other events as well. And it serves as a discard outlet, and again, more milling to set up your Alice combo. And it has another effect where it's placed on stage from hand. If you have another anniversary or progressive character, this card gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn, so it's also a beater. So 4 and 4, and then 2 copies of Bond Between Siblings Lifa. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can choose 1 card in your hand and put in your stock, and then it has a second effect. When this card is placed on stage in your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, reveal top card of your deck, choose 1 level extra lower character in your waiting room, return to your hand, X equals to the level of the revealed card. So it helps you get stock, helps you salvage, good overall utility. And 2 copies of Like a Younger Sister Silica. This card has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, you can choose 1 level extra lower anniversary character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. X equals to the number of always friendly silica in your waiting room, which is your level 3. And it has a second effect where you can pay 1, put this card in your waiting room, and choose the level 3 and add it back to your hand. Kind of like a bond to it. Then a lot of 1-ofs. 1 Climax Swapper that gets big on play. 1 Self-Rest Brainstormer that can salvages and pumps power when you play a climax and helps you play events without needing to fulfill the color requirements. So that's 1 copy of Argo. 1 copy of Assault Team Agil. Once the card is placed on stage of your hand, you can put 1 anniversary or progressive character from your hand into your clock. If you do, look at up to X cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room, X equals to the number of character your opponent has. Then 1 copy of In a Party Dress. Once the card is placed on stage, it's like Memory Wash, and has a second effect where you can pay 1, return 2 characters from your waiting room to your deck, and put this card into your waiting room and shuffle your deck. Choose 1 anniversary character in your waiting room, return to your hand. Again, helps facilitate consistency in your Alice combo. I'm running with 1 copy of Undefeated Super Swordsman Yuki. Just helps dig for climaxes if you need it. Then one of the key pieces of the Alice combo, Straight Path Alice. It has 3 effects. The first is all your other anniversary characters get 500 power, and has the second effect. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can return 2 anniversary characters from your waiting room to your deck and shuffle. And if you do, choose 1 character in your opponent's center stage, and that character gets minus 1,000 power until end of turn. And then it has the the brainstorm effect that you're going to be kind of spamming for the deck, where you pay 1, flip over 3 cards, and put them into your waiting room. If the level 2 is amongst those cards, you can choose the level 2 and place it from the waiting room onto any position of your stage. So it helps you spawn a level 2 out at level 1. Then 4 copies of Floating Castle Einkrad. Put the top 4 cards of your deck into your waiting room. Choose up to 1 level X or lower anniversary or progressive character in your waiting room, and return to your hand. X equals to the total number of soul icons in the trigger cards that were revealed. And then 1 Intersecting Feelings Mito. It's a 1/3K backup, but the downside is you have to put this card to the bottom of your deck after you use it. And then 1 memory backup, 1/2K memory backup. And then of course your climax combo that you want to play as much as possible. which is Shout Echoing Across the Battlefield Alice. This card gets plus 1000 power for each of your other anniversary characters, and when Guardian of the Human Realm is placed on your climax area, if this card is in your center stage and you have 4 or more anniversary characters, choose up to 1 Alicization or character in your waiting room, return it to your hand, and choose up to 1 anniversary character and put it into your from your waiting room and put it into your stock. Then I'm running 2 copies of the event card Opposition by the Shield. Choose a character in battle, and that character gets the following ability until end of turn. This card cannot deal damage to a player. So just 2 of. That card I didn't really use much in the in my rounds, so if you wish, you can probably side that out. Then 1 copy of Demonic Sword Graham. Choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 3000 power until end of turn. And until end of the turn, your opponent cannot play event cards in backup from hand. So that's why you use this card, just so to ensure your finisher combo connects and they can't interact. Then we have Dicey Cafe Gilbert, just an early play backup Punisher. Then you have 2 copies of the early play Alice. Sorry, not Alice. Early play Asuna, a 1000-year journey Asuna. If you have 4 more anniversary characters, this gets -1 level while in your hand. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, put the top card of your clock in your stock. And during this card's battle, when the damage you receive is cancelled, you may return this card to your hand. Then, kind of the MVP of the deck, actually, is always Friendly Silica. This is how most of my games ended, was kind of hitting my opponent really hard from like level 2 to the 4. Anyways, so I'm running 4 copies of Always Friendly Silica. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, look at up to X cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 card from one of them, put it in your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. X equals to the number of characters your opponent has. And then the second effect is when this card attacks, if Hills of Memory is in your climax and you have 4 or more other anniversary characters, you can discard 2 cards. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent, and then choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's waiting room, return them to their deck, and your opponent shuffles their deck. So 4 copies of this. Then just the 1 copy of the top class Blacksmith Elizabeth. It's essentially your stock wash of the deck, but it can also give power. Just 1 of her. Then the last cards are the 4 climax cards for Guardian of Human Realm for your level 2 combo, for your Alice combo, and 4 copies of Hills of Memories for your level 3 finisher combo. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check EncoreDecks.com in the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.